Welcome to today's video about add this to turmeric to kill inflammation. Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, eating clean, taking turmeric for inflammation, yet something still isn't shifting? What if I told you that the turmeric supplement sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now is delivering only a fraction of its potential anti-inflammatory benefits? Millions of people worldwide have embraced turmeric as their natural solution for inflammation, joint pain, and countless other health concerns. Yet, research reveals a startling truth that most people don't know about. The golden spice that promises so much is actually holding back most of its healing power. But before you throw away your turmeric, stick with me because I'm about to share a science-backed combination that transforms turmeric from a modest helper into a true inflammation-fighting powerhouse. Before we dive deeper into this game-changing discovery, if you're joining our health journey for the first time, welcome to our community. We're building something special here, together, sharing evidence-based health insights that can truly transform your life. Hit that like button if you're excited to learn something new today, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss our upcoming content on natural health solutions. Oh, and I'd love to know where you're watching from. Drop your city or country in the comments below. It's amazing to see our global community coming together for better health. Here's what researchers discovered when they studied turmeric supplementation in real people. When people consume turmeric or its active compound curcumin on its own, their bodies absorb shockingly little of it. Research published in multiple peer-reviewed journals demonstrates that curcumin has extremely poor bioavailability. What does this mean in plain language? Most of the curcumin you swallow either gets broken down before it reaches your bloodstream or passes right through your system without being absorbed. According to studies, after oral intake, curcumin is mostly excreted in the feces, with only a tiny amount making it into your blood and tissues. The bioavailability problem runs even deeper. Studies have shown that when curcumin does enter your bloodstream, it degrades rapidly. Research has revealed that curcumin is unstable at physiological pH and degrades quickly in aqueous solutions. Your body metabolizes it rapidly in the liver and intestine, and very little reaches other organs where it could do its healing work. This explains why some people take turmeric supplements religiously yet feel minimal improvement in their inflammation symptoms. You're not imagining things if turmeric hasn't worked wonders for you. The problem isn't with you or even with turmeric itself. The problem is that we've been using it wrong all along. Now, you might be thinking about black pepper. Yes, black pepper contains piperine, which research shows can enhance curcumin absorption. However, scientists have discovered something even more powerful, a natural pairing that doesn't just help with absorption, but actually attacks inflammation through multiple pathways simultaneously. This discovery changes everything we thought we knew about using turmeric effectively. The breakthrough came when researchers started investigating tart cherries, specifically the Mont Morreny variety grown primarily in Michigan. These aren't your typical sweet cherries. Tart cherries pack an extraordinary concentration of compounds called anthocyanins, the deep red pigments that give these cherries their distinctive color. Research has demonstrated that tart cherries contain specific anthocyanins that block enzymes associated with inflammation, and studies show their anthocyanin content is significantly higher than sweet cherries. Clinical studies on tart cherry juice have produced remarkable results. In a randomized controlled trial published in the journal Nutrients involving older adults aged 65 to 80, participants who consumed 480 milliliters of tart cherry juice daily for 12 weeks experienced significant reductions in inflammatory markers. Within the tart cherry group, C-reactive protein levels, a key indicator of systemic inflammation, dropped by 25% compared to baseline values. The study also found an 11% reduction in oxidized LDL cholesterol and improvements in DNA repair activity. Research on athletes has been equally impressive. In a study published in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition, 54 healthy runners consumed tart cherry juice for 7 days before participating in a long-distance relay race averaging over 26 kilometers. The runners drinking tart cherry juice experienced significantly less muscle pain during and after the event compared to those who drank a placebo. The researchers attributed these benefits to the high antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties of tart cherries. But here's where things get really interesting. Research published in scientific journals shows that tart cherry anthocyanins can block sialoxygenase enzymes, the same inflammation pathway that medications like ibuprofen target. According to studies, tart cherry anthocyanins can decrease COX-1 and COX-2 activity. Tart cherries naturally inhibit one of the major inflammation pathways in your body, the same one that pharmaceutical companies target with their drugs. Now imagine combining these two natural inflammation fighters. Curcumin from turmeric blocks the NF Cappa B pathway, one of the body's master inflammation switches. Research published in the Journal of Immunology and other peer-reviewed journals has extensively documented how curcumin inhibits NF Cappa B activation by preventing the phosphorylation and degradation of I-kappa B alpha, ultimately blocking inflammatory gene expression. Anthocyanins from tart cherry juice block the COX pathway. Together, they create what scientists call a synergistic effect. You're simultaneously shutting down inflammation through two different mechanisms, creating a comprehensive anti-inflammatory effect that neither ingredient could achieve alone. The science supporting this combination is compelling. A groundbreaking study published in 2021 in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences examined patients with colorectal and dust polyp, which are precancerous lesions associated with inflammation. Researchers gave 27 patients either a combination of curcumin and anthocyanin supplements or a placebo for 4 to 6 weeks before their scheduled polyp removal surgery. The results were striking. The combination led to a significant borderline reduction of NF Cappa B expression in adenoma tissue with a geometric mean ratio of 0.72. There was also a trend toward reduced markers of cell proliferation. The researchers concluded that the combined supplementation of anthocyanins and curcumin led to potentially favorable modulation of tissue biomarkers of inflammation and proliferation. Think about what's happening at the cellular level. Your body has multiple inflammation pathways because inflammation itself is complex. But chronic inflammation, the kind that drives arthritis, cardiovascular disease, and many other conditions, involves these pathways being stuck in the on position. Curcumin helps turn off one set of switches by inhibiting NF Cappa B. Anthocyanins help turn off another set by blocking COX enzymes. Together, they provide comprehensive inflammation control that addresses the problem from multiple angles simultaneously. Let's talk about what this combination might mean for your daily life. Multiple research studies have documented curcumin's benefits for joint health. Systematic reviews and meta-analyses have shown that curcumin supplementation significantly reduces inflammatory markers, including C-reactive protein, TNF-alpha, and IL-6. Some studies have found curcumin as effective as certain anti-inflammatory medications for reducing pain and improving function in osteoarthritis. Tart cherry juice has shown similar promise for joint health. Research published in Current Developments in Nutrition indicates that tart cherry juice can reduce uric acid levels in overweight and obese adults. In a randomized placebo-controlled crossover study, participants consuming 240 milliliters of tart cherry juice daily for 4 weeks experienced significant reductions in serum uric acid compared to placebo. This is particularly relevant for people dealing with gout, a painful form of inflammatory arthritis. Combining these two compounds gives you a dual approach to supporting joint comfort. Athletes and active individuals face unique inflammation challenges. A systematic review examining exercise recovery concluded that tart cherry juice consumed for several days before and after intense exercise led to faster strength recovery and reduced markers of inflammation. The review emphasized that timing matters with the most benefit when tart cherry juice was consumed for several days before exercise. The researchers even coined the term precovery to describe this proactive approach to inflammation management. Sleep quality is another area where tart cherry juice shows promise based on research. A pilot study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food examined 15 older adults with chronic insomnia. Participants consumed tart cherry juice for 2 weeks in a randomized double-blind crossover design. The tart cherry juice beverage was associated with statistically significant improvements in all sleep variables measured. The researchers suggested this could be due to the melatonin content found naturally in tart cherries, as well as their anti-inflammatory properties. Making this powerful combination is remarkably simple. You need 1 cup or approximately 240 milliliters of pure tart cherry juice with no added sugars. Check the label carefully because many cherry juices contain added sweeteners. You want 100% tart cherry juice. Look specifically for Mont Morreny tart cherry juice, as this is the variety used in most research studies. To this, add 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder. Use high-quality turmeric powder or fresh turmeric root grated finely. Finally, add a small pinch of black pepper as the piperine helps with curcumin absorption. Mix these ingredients together thoroughly. You can use a blender or shake it vigorously in a closed container. The natural tartness of the cherry juice helps mask the slightly bitter taste of turmeric, making this combination more pleasant to consume than turmeric water alone. Timing matters when it comes to maximizing benefits. Based on research findings, one recommended time to consume this drink is before bedtime. A study on insomnia in older adults had participants drink tart cherry juice in the evening. Taking it before bed capitalizes on the melatonin content to support better sleep quality. For athletes or active individuals focusing on exercise recovery, research suggests consuming it for several days before intense exercise, continuing through the event, and for a few days afterward. While this combination shows promise based on scientific research, approach it with realistic expectations. Natural compounds work differently than pharmaceutical drugs with gentler, more gradual effects. Research studies typically ran for several weeks before measuring outcomes. Give yourself at least 1 to 2 weeks of consistent daily use before evaluating results. The older adults in tart cherry studies experienced a 25% reduction in C-reactive protein within 12 weeks. Patients with colorectal polyp showed improvements after 4 to 6 weeks of the curcumin and anthocyanin combination. Inflammation is complex and individual. What works well for one person might produce modest results for another. Your genetics, diet, lifestyle, and overall health influence how you respond. Consider this combination as part of a broader anti-inflammatory lifestyle. The best results come when you combine these natural compounds with regular physical activity, stress management, adequate sleep, and a diet rich in whole foods. Before you start using this combination regularly, consult with your healthcare provider if you're taking blood-thinning medications like Wuerin or antiplatelet drugs. Both turmeric and tart cherries may have mild effects on blood clotting. If you take medications for diabetes, be aware that tart cherry juice contains natural sugars. 1 cup contains approximately 30 to 40 g of carbohydrates. People with diabetes should monitor their blood glucose carefully. The research in overweight and obese adults found that tart cherry juice didn't significantly change glucose or insulin levels over 4 weeks, but individual responses vary. Consider the calorie content. Research studies used approximately 180 calories worth of tart cherry juice daily. Factor this into your overall nutrition plan, perhaps replacing other beverages rather than adding extra calories. Most research participants tolerated the interventions well with compliance rates above 90%. The combination of turmeric and tart cherry juice represents a scientifically supported approach to managing inflammation naturally. By targeting 2 different inflammation pathways simultaneously, this pairing offers more comprehensive anti-inflammatory effects than either ingredient alone. Research has demonstrated benefits for inflammatory markers, joint comfort, exercise recovery, and potentially cardiovascular and metabolic health. The simplicity of preparation makes this an accessible option for anyone looking to support their body's natural anti-inflammatory processes. Give yourself adequate time to notice the benefits. The research studies typically showed improvements within 4 to 12 weeks of consistent use. Pay attention to how you feel. Do you wake up with less stiffness? Do your joints feel more comfortable? Is your post-workout soreness less intense? Are you sleeping more soundly? Remember that managing chronic inflammation takes time and consistency. If this video provided valuable insights into natural inflammation management, kindly type yes in the comments. That simple word tells us you found this information helpful and motivates us to create more evidence-based content like this. If you enjoyed learning about this powerful combination, make sure you've hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss our upcoming videos on natural health, nutrition science, and functional medicine approaches to wellness. Share this video with anyone you know who struggles with inflammation, joint discomfort, or simply wants to optimize their health naturally. Knowledge becomes more powerful when we share it with others. Together, we're creating a movement toward informed, evidence-based natural health choices. Here's your challenge. Try making one change today, whether that's swapping your turmeric supplement to a phospholipid version or adding healthy fat when you cook turmeric. Pick one tweak, apply it consistently for a month, and track how you feel. Notice your inflammation, digestion, energy, or recovery. That's how small science-forward changes create real transformation. Thank you for spending this time with me. Let's keep activating your body's natural power to heal, reduce inflammation, and thrive together. Thank you so much for watching and for being part of our community. Until next time, take care of yourself and keep making choices that move you toward your best.